Hey everyone, and welcome to this video. Today I'm at the junkyard, and what we're going to be doing is going through this car here, but not just specifically this car here, but the whole generation of Mark IV gas Volkswagens. I'm going to do a separate video on the diesels, because there's diesels and gas cars. Now, I'm going to go through them separately because there's a lot about the diesels that's different than the gas. Now, this generation ran from 99.5 all the way to 2005.5. After that, it became the Mark V, and under the hood, you had a bunch of options. You could get a 2-liter, which this one has the 2-liter gas engine. You could get a 1.8-liter turbo, which put out about 180 horsepower, and it's actually pretty good for its time. It required premium fuel, and it was available automatic or stick shift. Now, you could get any of them automatic or stick shift, and there was many different trim levels on the gas one. There was GL, GLS, GLX. Now, those were the main ones. There are sub ones too, so you could get a lower GL, a higher GL. The trim packaging was really weird on Volkswagen, I find. Now, another option you could get with the GLX was it could be a VR6, which is another different engine. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's a 2.8-liter VR6, and it's a basically it's a V6 that's really close together in the V. It's almost straight up because it's compact to fit in this car, and they sound real good with a straight pipe. Anyway, so this is a 2-liter. Puts out about 110 horsepower. And that's not a lot, but it's enough for this car. This one is automatic. It has a 4-speed automatic transmission in it. And, well, they're known not to be good. Now, I don't know if the 1.8 turbo got a different transmission, but all the automatic transmissions in the Mark IV body style just were not that good. Now, a few problems he's had. Those grill vents love to fall out. The headlights love to cloud up. The fenders always rust right here because there's a piece of foam right in here, holds moisture in against the fender and rots it. But as you can see, this one also has the other typical rust here. Now, this happens because stuff gets kicked up and it falls into the bottom of the fender, as you can see, and it rots it out. That also rots out this though. But if you have the fender flare, not the fender flares, mud flaps that come from here and go down, it rusts it even worse. That's how mine got rusty, and I've taken my mud flaps off, and I do not plan to put them back on for that reason. Now, the rockers, they're not too bad on these usually. They're not good by any means, but they're not bad usually. Now, the GL trim level, you got a cloth interior. You could get heated seats in the GL, but base GL came with no heated seats and manual windows. Quite an uncommon package, to be honest, because people didn't buy it. They wanted the power windows and that. Now, once you went to GLS, you could get still cloth seats and heated seats and the same rubber steering wheel. So I don't understand that. But you got a sunroof with the GLS, generally. And cruise control was standard on the GLS. Now, fog lights were something that you did not see a lot. And auto headlights in North America on these, I don't know if it was even a thing. These cars in Europe got so many more options than here, and this one here, it looks like it has 295,000 kilometers on, so the 2-liter goes for a while. Now, the 1.8 turbo can go for a while. It requires full synthetic oil, but so does the 2 liter. They all require full synthetic oil. Now, this one here is a 2001, and one of the earlier years, but this one seems to be in pretty good shape. You could get a gray interior, a tan interior, or a black interior though. Personally, my favorite's the black interior. And since we have one right next to it with the leather interior, we'll show you that one. Don't mind that it's dirty, but this is what the black leather looks like, and it's actually quite nice. I like the black leather a lot more. This one here has the leather interior with the leather wrapped steering wheel and the sunroof. So this is up there in the trim level. This is pretty high up. And you could get many different wheels. You could get 15s that are steel. You could get 15s that are aluminum. You could get 16-inch, 17-inch, 18-inch. Just depends on the package you got. Now, the trim levels available, on top of that, there was a GLI or a GTI if you got the Golf. Now, the Golf variant could be had in a 2-door or a 4-door. But where it gets interesting is there was a wagon version of this, which is what I personally own. Which the wagon was only available in Spice Red, Reflex Silver, Black, and Sand Dune, I think, is the color of the gold one. 90% of them are silver, but you could get those others in Canada. I know in the US you could get a green metallic, you could also get dark blue. I forget the color of that one. It might be Galactic Blue or something. That name sounds familiar to me. I think that's a Volkswagen color. But personally, my favorite variant is the wagon, and once again, you could get all the same options, but the VR6 in the wagon was especially rare. You could not get a GLI in the wagon though. And yeah, it was not a bad little car for its time. They hold up well. They had a 12-year rust warranty, and they went and went and went. Now, they did have their issues, like every car, but they seemed to go. They went through a bit of a facelift in 2004, which they gave them different taillights. They were called candy cane taillights. They had two white lines through it, whereas the old ones just had all red with just the reverse light section being white. So they did a few updates to it, and then came the City Golf out of this and the City Jetta, which I'm going to go through in a different video because it's not quite the same. It's similar, but not quite the same. Anyways, guys, that is covering the gas Volkswagen Jettas and Golfs and Jetta wagons. Now, I will do one on the diesels too. I'm much more knowledgeable on the diesels actually, so yeah. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button as well as subscribe for more. Have a great day, everyone.